Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here, friends. On the CNBC website, you can see the Dow futures are up 0.33%, S&P futures are up a healthy 0.49%, and Nasdaq futures are up even healthier at 0.86%. So this is all a good sign going ahead. However, there is the only one thing that is really bothering me, that is this erratic presidency south of the border in the United States. That seems to be a bit of a risk factor for the global economy as well as for the United States, because all these kind of tariff talks and the dysfunction that seems to be happening in various government departments with the latest air crash and statements coming out at hearings and all that, it's going to reduce the power of US dollar as a reserve currency, in my opinion, when it's already being challenged. And you can see the gold price very high. So we're going to talk about all these things in our video today. Let's look at our economic calendar, the way it unfolded during the week. On Tuesday, we saw durable good orders month over month looking weaker, and that was a weak Q. And then the Fed decided not to change the interest rate at this point of time. And we had the next day, on Thursday, GDP growth numbers coming below consensus estimation, and that showed a bit of weakness. Jobless number, however, contradicted. It came better than expected, and I would say that we can't rely too much on this because this could get revised later on. And of course, core PCE numbers are expected today, and this will give us a better idea of where we are going. So far, what we have seen is the weakness is far outweighing the strength, and we got to wait for the new readings for personal income and personal spending and core PCE price index. These all are going to come in at around 8:30 a.m. We'll watch the market sentiment at that time and see what happens. But right now, if we go on to our Nasdaq futures and have a look at the futures, we can see that Nasdaq futures are up 0.80%, and they have been steadily going up in the last 4 days. Each of these candles is a one-day candle. The bottom of this wedge, which is this diagonal green line, has held up very consistently and provided us a lot of support. And I can see that our resistance is still at 22079.75. As you can see, I have now introduced a pink line out here, which is the 21-day exponential moving average. And you'll see that the bears had pushed us further away from this 21-day moving average. And then the following week, the bulls pushed us further away and even tried to check the resistance of all-time high, just below the all-time high, and they were pushed back down again. But this time the bears were not able to push us much further from the 21-day exponential, and the bulls have been able to push it further up. So I'm thinking that on balance, the bulls are stronger than the bears at this point of time. So I'm thinking that we will probably see the all-time high coming back in Nasdaq. So that's one theory that I have out here. And then if we look at our 10-year yields, the 10-year yields are going down, and they are below the diagonal line of support of the previous bear channel in which we were. We are being pushed down from there today. As you can see, there is a wick out here which pierces this diagonal line of resistance, but we are still below that. And MACD is also bearish, momentum is also weak. So if we continue to stay below this level, I think that bodes well for our stock market. Dow Jones is looking pretty good and all set to challenge the all-time high at 45,061. MACD momentum, everything is looking good. 500 index, S&P 500 index is looking pretty decent. It gained 0.53% yesterday. Pre-market also we saw it was positive, and we have the resistance out here at 6092.01, and potentially we are likely to challenge that today. Russell index is also looking pretty decent. We have a very slim trading range in the pre-market action. We are up 0.24%, but I'm liking the structure that is being formed here, and we still have strong support at 226.63. And again, if you look at this pink line out here, it is the support that we have. And so far, the bulls have been able to prevail, even though the bears tried very valiantly at least 2 times. So I'm still hopeful that IWM will continue to be positive today. Next, let us look at put call ratio. It's looking pretty bullish to me at this point of time. The VIX is also looking benign. Right now we are at 15.24, so there's plenty of resistance out here, so VIX likely to stay low today. Gold has already crossed the all-time high. Taken along with the way the yields are going, it seems that there are alternative investments that are attracting money away from the bonds. So I think that just like gold got the money, Bitcoin, crypto, as well as stock markets will get the money, and everything should be looking up today. And with that said, let's go and have a look at our watch lists. As I mentioned yesterday, if you look at the genomic watch list, you'll find that most of the stocks were green, and this is basically because of the yield curve, the way the 10-year yields have been going down. That has been able to increase the risk appetite a little bit, and if it goes down further, you will see much more improvement in the genomic prices. But it all depends on these tariff talks that we are having, because if inflation starts coming up again, then we're going to see genomic stocks go down because the yields will start going up. So that said, Verve is down 3.77% as of yesterday. In pre-market trades, it is flat. It's consolidating and creating a bull flag out here. And we have Ginkgo Bioworks up 3.09% in pre-market trades, still marching towards the cup and handle target that we created of around $16.3 to $16.4. Then we have Caribou Biosciences up 4.58%. This is purely sentiment related. This is because Caribou Biosciences CFO bought company shares. That kind of shows confidence. So maybe that's the reason why we have a 4.58% increase in the Caribou share price. CRISPR Therapeutics is still consolidating, still unable to break this resistance of 42.84, and it's hugging the 21-day exponential moving average. And pre-market, it's up 0.12%. Again, CRISPR can benefit as the yields drop on the 10-year. We look at Grail, which is up again another 0.44%. Grail is doing extremely well. And we have Prime, which is up 2.91% in pre-market trades. It's still traveling in a bear channel, still below the 21-day exponential moving average, and still way below the 200-day exponential moving average. So overall, I think Prime is still in the bear channel, nothing much to talk about here. Beam Therapeutics is up 5.29%. That's because Cantor Fitzgerald has improved the rating for Beam Therapeutics. And next, let's look at Beam. There has been a bit of analyst upgrade for Beam, and that's resulted in an increase in the share price yesterday. Pre-market, there are no trades. Altimmune is up 1.14%. There has been a fireside chat which was published as a video by Altimmune. Those who are interested can go to the website investor section and have a look at it. There they lay out the roadmap for the way ahead. That will give us some more clue about it. But right now, Altimmune is just consolidating, and it's still below the 21-day and the 200-day exponential moving averages. So nothing much to say out here. The only heartening thing is that MACD is still bullish, and our momentum is trying to go above average, so that's a positive. Bluebird Bio was up 4.77% yesterday. So I'm going to recalibrate this resistance. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I think this is a much more valid support, and I'm going to put it green out here. So this support is helping us to stay afloat. Bluebird Bio is consolidating out here. And then we have this 21-day exponential moving average, which is keeping it down, and it's not able to break through above it. Allogene was up 4.35% yesterday. No trades pre-market, still below the 21-day exponential. mRNA is up 1.02% in pre-market trades, being supported by the 21-day exponential moving average, still very bearish, but consolidating. So that's a positive sign. ARCG is up 1.36%, still above the top side of the consolidation range that it has got. PACB is up 0.63% in pre-market trades, still very bearish, below the 200-day and the 21-day exponential. Intelia is up 0.38%, doesn't make any sense. It's below the 200-day exponential moving average, below the 21-day exponential moving average, and inside a huge megaphone bear channel. Next, if we look at Illumina, Illumina is up 0.95%, still consolidating out here, very reluctantly going down, not creating new higher highs so far. So I'm still thinking that the reverse head and shoulder pattern is still in charge. IMTX is down 4.07%, still managing to stay above the line of support at 5.43. And we have Editas, which is up 2.24% from yesterday, but down 0.73% in pre-market trades. It's just below the 21-day exponential moving average and below the 200-day exponential moving average. Nothing much to talk about here. Iowa is up 0.16% in pre-market trades, very bearish. Unicure is flat in pre-market trades. The gap up is going to act as a huge magnet, and we got to watch what happens to Unicure going forward. Vertex is up 3.79%. They have had approval for one of their drugs. We have a press release out here which says Vertex pharmaceutical stock jumps after FDA approval for new non-opioid painkiller. So this is a big plus for Vertex. It was down 0.71% yesterday, but pre-market it's up 3.79%. So friends, that brings me to an end of our genomics watch list. And of course, at the end of this week, on Friday, my brokerage will be updating my portfolio. So on Saturday, I'll make a video to give you an update on my portfolio, how I am doing, where I am, and what are the holdings in my portfolio. So I hope you tune in for that. I'll catch up with you again in the next video. Bye for now, and a happy weekend to you all.